Good afternoon and welcome to Journeys with Judy Take 2. We were difficulties, so we're back and coming at you from another angle. I'm Judy Porter, your host, and we have Jen Clark behind the camera. Working on all things technical. We are here in Red Lion, Pennsylvania today with Jamie Mimna. She is a licensed massage therapist and owner-operator of Relaxin Therapeutic Massage and Healing Center, LLC. Thank you so much for joining us today. Before we got set up, we took a tour of your establishment, and it is amazing. It's a beautiful place. And we're sitting in the Angel Room, which is newly finished. Excellent, outstanding. We'll talk about more of that later, but we're going to get down to the basics.
Okay.
Nice and easy question first.
Good.
Where were you born and raised?
York, Pennsylvania. Born in York Hospital.
Yeah?
Been here all my life.
Oh, yeah. Excellent. Okay. Do you have any siblings?
I do. I have an older sibling. I have an older. You can tell I'm nervous. I have an older sibling. Her name's Ivy.
Excellent. How much older?
She's 3 years older.
3 years old. Okay.
So I'm 36 and she's 39.
Is she gonna be angry because you gave her age?
Oh, maybe.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
She jokes that she looks younger than me.
Oh, well, okay. Oh, well, you know, you look like you're 27, so that's okay. How would you describe your childhood?
It was good. I was definitely a girly girl, very, very shy, very artistic. I had loving parents, a mom and dad. Definitely dad. I'm thinking about my dad a lot because he just passed away. This is his watch. Made into a nice necklace.
Yes, it's beautiful.
So yeah, I had a good childhood growing up.
Good. What's one of your fondest childhood memories?
You might make fun of me, but I loved playing with Barbies with my sister.
Why would we ever make fun of you?
I was such a girly girl.
But that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Me and my sister made it like a soap opera.
Nice.
So we like.
So there was Barbie.
If it makes you feel better, I used to steal my brother's action figures, and my Barbies would date his action figures. So.
I didn't have Barbies. I had a Cher doll. See, I aged
A
myself.
Cher.
I had a Cher doll. Mm-hmm. And my mom wouldn't let me get Evel Knievel, who was the dirt bike. I had to get the, I don't know, I always called her Pinky Tuscadero from Happy Days. Boy, am I aging myself. Wow. Okay. Moving right along. So you said you were very shy. What was challenging for you as a child?
Just making friends. I was like, I would have like one or two close friends as a kid. When I was a kid, like, I say now that I wasn't, that I was an introvert that learned to be extrovert. Like I'm very much an introvert, especially when I was little. So I felt like art was my escape. I loved drawing and painting, and I used to play piano. So I was just a very shy child, and I didn't have too many friends, but and yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't call myself a popular kid either. I was very, very shy.
So would you say that was your biggest challenge going into your teens as well?
Yeah, I actually, when I was a senior, I purposely did this like speech class, and it actually helped get me out of my shell. I did it on purpose, and I remember speaking in front of like, I was like a senior, but I was speaking to like the 6th graders, telling them about this program that I was in. And like, I remember the teacher asking like, who wants to do this? And no one was raising their hand. And I was like, I'll do it. But I remember doing it because I was scared of it. And I just wanted to get out there. And I think being a senior, and I was just trying to get out of that being shy thing. And
what a great sense of awareness for you to have at such a young age, that you were willing to put yourself in that very space that you feared.
I just remember what it was called. It was called the Yes Program, and it was they taught you all kinds of like job opportunities and how to do resumes and different things. But the main thing I think they taught you, or at least that I remember, was public speaking.
That's
And that really helped me get out of my shell.
And it was perfect, because then you're leaving to go into the big world.
Yeah.
So now you have a better sense of self and confidence to go out and meet new people.
Yeah, I remember talking to those sixth graders and trying to encourage them to take that class that I was in because I enjoyed it and it was helping me get out of my comfort zone.
It would be so helpful if
Yeah.
they had something like that now, especially with all the kids in their phones. They can text plenty, but can they speak face to face?
Yeah, I think they need, I hope they still do it. It was in Dallastown. I don't know if they still do that class or not, or that program.
If not, they should start it up again.
Yeah, they should. Yeah. I definitely remember liking it, and it helped me get out of, it started helping me learn how to be an extrovert when I was an introvert.
Right.
So.
Excellent. Okay. So you graduate high school with that new sense of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
You go into young adulthood. What did you find your challenges were there?
Well,
Like, did you go to college?
I didn't. I went to a trade school,
Okay.
massage school right away.
When did you know you wanted to be a massage therapist?
When I was a senior.
Really?
Yeah.
You figured it out then?
I did. I was at a young age when I figured out that's what I wanted to do.
Oh, wow.
I do have to say, my sister helped me with that. Like, we used to give each other massages. She used to joke, "You should be a massage therapist." So I was like, I'll look into it. 'Cause
Okay.
I loved art, but I didn't like computers. And if you want to make money in art,
Mm-hmm.
in this day and age, you kind of have to know computers and art.
Okay.
And I wasn't like I liked art, but I'll admit it, I'm not the best artist out there. I've seen people where it's like, wow, that's amazing, and I'm like, yeah. But I always love it's definitely still a hobby of mine. I love art. But yeah, I just right out of high school, it was like October, like I graduated from high school in 2004, and then I went to Baltimore School of Massage. I graduated from Baltimore School of Massage in 2005, so it was right after
Wow. Okay.
I did the training.
That's
So,
good.
and I felt at home too.
Did you?
I did.
You knew it was your right fit.
Yeah, like I felt like it was easy. I connected with lots of people. I opened up more there. Like I felt like it was easier to make friends there, even though we were all different ages. Like it didn't matter. We were all there to learn massage, So.
Okay, so you found your groove. Was there anything challenging in that? You said the information was easy, meeting people was easy.
I guess I should have told you my big I was in learning support growing up, so kids called me stupid a lot. And so I had the challenge of reading, writing, math, and you name it. I always kind of struggled it compared to other kids.
Mm-hmm.
And
yet you thrived in massage therapy school, which is a lot of science.
yeah, I think the hands-on helped a lot. I would always get A pluses in that stuff. But the tests, I think I would get like B's and C's.
Okay.
But I'd still pass.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I struggled with it. But I remember making flashcards where it was like, this is the name of the muscle, this is the origin, this is the insertion, and this is the action of the muscle. I mean, like, I had to, like, I just remember making flashcards, and, like, I felt like being in learning support made me work harder at things, because I think it taught me, growing up as a kid, when people called you stupid and stuff, you just tended to work harder at it. And so then I feel like maybe the smart kids didn't have to work so hard. So when they got into the real world, they realized it was harder than they thought, And to me, it was like,
This is what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can.
and you can probably tell by the business that I put my whole heart and soul into it, a lot of hours.
Absolutely.
My husband will tell you no. Sometimes he gets annoyed by my hours of working, but it was a challenge, but at the same time, like, I look at it now as a blessing because it made me work harder than
I was going to
everybody
say, and you chose to use it to motivate you
Yeah.
instead of use it as an excuse. 'Cause there's a lot of people that use it as an excuse.
I probably used it as an excuse as when I was a kid. I think that's not. I told you I was shy, but I guess that was another reason why I was shy.
Mm-hmm.
I was afraid to read in front of people because there was a time when I would read and I didn't get a word right or didn't know what it said, and then kids would laugh and make fun of you. I actually hated when the teachers would call you out to read.
Yes.
I would just like sit there and pray. Please don't. Please don't.
I was always well behaved, but would pray for the same thing. But I was in college before I found out I was dyslexic. I just thought I was dumb.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kids can be mean
they can be.
on that.
They can be.
Like-
Yeah, and the studying, I had to study, same thing. I had to read out loud, I had to do all those things to get it to sink in. But yeah,
I think the teachers were trying to help you, like, maybe this is going to help you learn, but it just made horrible anxiety for
Yes.
me. And
please,
I
dear
wish,
Lord, if I could melt into the woodwork, I would. Don't
Yes.
call on me. Don't call on me. Okay.
but I think that's why I strive to try to do public speaking try to get over that fear. And I still catch myself once in a while. I get this anxiety about it. I'm actually be better if I read something ahead of time before I read in front of people, like not knowing what I'm gonna read.
Excuse me.
So, and nowadays we have calculators on our phones. My teachers told me we weren't gonna have that. Now we do.
Little did they know.
Yeah, little did they know. You're like, you're not gonna have a calculator all your life. Yes, we do.
But I do.
and then spell check. I love spell check.
Oh yeah.
So like in this new world, it is actually easier to hide that you struggled learning.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess kids nowadays have that too. So,
And there's a lot more support. They're identifying earlier.
Mhm.
I mean, kids have some struggles, and there are tools and techniques to use. I mean, or what did we see a couple months ago with even the type of font?
Oh yeah.
Type of font for dyslexics. There's a certain type that it makes it easier for them to read.
Yeah, different kinds of fonts for different reading
Yeah, different
Yeah.
reading.
issues.
Yeah, so we really have come a long way with technology. That's true. Okay, massage school, you graduate, you're good. Let's just go right into up until that point, up until you were like, I want to be a massage therapist. You went to school, you did it. What kind of jobs did you have? Did you work when you were in school?
When I was 17, my first job was Hollywood Video, and all the younger kids don't know what that is.
Exactly, I was going to say. It's like a blockbuster, like you might have seen in Back to the Future.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. That was my very first job. Of course, it doesn't exist anymore.
No.
But yeah, that was my very first job, and then I worked at nannies, kids, daycare,
Okay.
and then it was massage. After that, it was like straight into massage. Literally 2 jobs, massage. Been massaged the whole time.
That's
So,
great.
It's been 17 years since I've been doing massage.
17 years. We'll see, that takes care of the next question. Okay, so you get out of massage school, and your first job is where?
Healing Happens. I worked at Healing Happens. Met some really awesome people.
We have a common friend,
Yes,
Miss Stacy Notsky, who's been on the show.
Yes. That's where me and her met. Became friends. We're both have busy lives, so we don't get in touch too often. But once I still I text her on her birthday, happy birthday, I still remember. So, yeah, she's a sweetheart, and we felt like massage sisters. I still call her my massage sister,
I love that.
just because we both had bubbly personalities, blonde hair, and even though she's older than me, I don't know, it's easy. She was easy to talk to, and when we were working together, people would mix us up they would call me Stacy, they would call her Jamie.
Really?
They would just mix us up.
Uh-huh.
And even though we were like completely different ages, you know, different people, but at the same time, I think our energies were similar.
That's what I was gonna say. Similar energy.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
So or do you want me to know my whole career? Or?
Well, okay. So how long were you at Healing Happens?
About 4.5 years.
And at what point did you decide you wanted to own your own business?
Well, actually, I should back up.
Okay.
I actually started my own thing before Healing Happens. Actually.
Really?
I rented a space at Strictly Fitness Gym, and that's where Healing Happens found me. At first, they didn't want to hire me because I was too shy. Like I said, back then I was like very, very shy.
Mm-hmm.
And Nina had met me but didn't accept my resume because I was too shy. She told me this later.
Gotcha. Okay.
That I was like, well, why didn't you hire me right away? I gave you my application, and she goes like, well, you were really, really shy, and then I thought you would struggle talking to people.
Oh.
So but then when she got my work, and she realized I was ambitious and was on my own right out of massage school.
Yeah.
Because since I couldn't find a job, I just decided to rent the space at the gym where my other friend I graduated with, her name was Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up leaving there and going to Hershey Spa full time.
Mm.
So then I was renting the space by myself. So I didn't know what I was doing. I was like right out of school and just trying to build up people in the gym and stuff. So they ended up hiring me at the gym. They took over that space where I was at.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked there for about 2 years. Then they moved me to West Market Street where Stacy was located. And they closed down the East York location. And then I was working there for like, I don't know, maybe like a year or so. And Nina and Pam, they were the owners.
Mm-hmm.
They had split. It was kind of like a divorce.
Okay.
Then Pam owned the company then. Just Pam and not Nina. And Pam took it to Dover. And then it just kept moving farther and farther away from where I lived. And I was just, I was annoyed. And I had that itch because I was on my own for like a couple months before I ended up starting to work for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember how long I did, but I had that taste of my own business. So it was like,
It was always something brewing.
I knew what it felt like to do my own business because I was so shy. I wouldn't even have pictured myself doing my own business, but I couldn't find where I was supposed to work. So I was like, well, I'll just run a space on my own and just do it myself because I love it. So that was my personality then. And then when I worked for another company, it kept moving me around, and I didn't have a say, you know.
You didn't have control?
I didn't have control. So that's when I started looking, and then I found out Jennifer Lloyd was selling her business. And at the time, it was 29 South Main Street in Mudline, and it was only 2 massage rooms. You had to walk down steps to get to it. And there's a tiny little bathroom. There's a little space for the office, and a little area for laundry to do. And it was a great space to start.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could like hear kids above in the one apartment, and it wasn't ideal, but it was a great start.
Mm-hmm.
And it was cheap rent.
Okay. That's
And-
important when you're starting out.
Yeah, it was cheap rent, so, and I made the space look kind of pretty cute.
I have no
you
doubt.
know.
After seeing this, there's no
And
doubt.
and it was called Needs Therapeutic Massage, and I wanted to change the name to Relaxin Note because I had a connection to music and art, and then later I got into like Reiki sound, Reiki voice, where it's like there's a vibration and an energy to sound,
Mhm.
and there's a healing aspect to sound. So that's one of the reasons I called it Relaxing Note. But at the time, I just liked music.
Okay.
And so I figured out, like, there was probably a deeper meaning of why I picked it out. I just didn't know it at the time.
Right.
But
That's perfect.
and then you want me to go on?
Sure.
Okay, well then.
Like,
Then-
how long were you there?
I was there for about 4.5 years, 4 years
Before you moved here?
before I moved here.
Okay. And here is where?
141 West Broadway in Redline.
Okay.
And
So you
A
went
little-
from 2 massage rooms to how many here?
at the time there was 5.
Okay.
And I just didn't fix up this room, and then there was the Starry Night room.
Okay. Yes, each room has a theme, and
Yeah.
they're beautiful. They
They're
are
very
beautiful. Every single one of them. Beautiful. Every single one of them has a different vibration. All amazing. But, we'll do this again at the end, but Jen and I just going on the tour. It's like, you definitely need to come and check it out. And go ahead.
Thank
Sorry.
you. I love art, and I love themes. I actually did get inspired by Healing Happens, because they kind of did similar. They had like themed rooms.
Okay.
And I thought that was a neat idea.
It really is a great idea.
Yeah. So.
So it
I
was
was-
5 rooms.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then later on, when I had the money and the time to I slowly fixed up the space over the years, and I've been here for about 7 years now.
Okay, now when you first moved in, were you renting here? Or did
No,
you
I-
buy
I-
the building right away?
So I was renting at my old space.
Right.
Here, I bought the building with partners. I couldn't afford it by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I bought it with partners. It was like 3 other people,
Mm-hmm.
and
That could get tricky.
it did. I won't get into all that.
We don't need to do that.
It did get tricky. We just had different opinions on how to do the building,
Use the space.
use the space and stuff. But actually, in 2020, me and my husband bought the building from them all.
Outstanding.
So we bought them out.
Congratulations.
Yes. So now it's actually like I own the whole thing. The building has like 3 commercial spaces and 3 apartments.
Yeah, it's
So-
a very large building.
Yes, it's a very large building. It needs lots and lots of love. Like over the years, I've just been slowly trying to fix it up.
Pouring it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not trying. You're doing.
Yes, I'm
You are doing.
I'm
You are
yes,
fixing
I
it up.
am fixing it up, and just slowly keep at it,
Mhm.
chipping away at it.
You're doing great.
So, but the transition at this building, do you want me to go into my personal stuff that was
Sure,
going on?
absolutely. Whatever you're willing to get in, because we have a lot of business owners out there that are people that are striving to be business owners that would like a little look into the mirror of what happens business-wise, professionally, what happens in your personal life. So you give us anything you're willing to share.
Well, when I was at my old location, I was with my ex-husband. I don't want to do names or anything, but
Okay, so hold on. How old are you? How old were you when you married your first husband?
I was 26.
26.
I was 24 when I started my business.
Okay. So you became a business owner at 24. 26 you got married. Okay. And then you just said your ex-husband. So when were you divorced?
Oh wait, or maybe I was older. I was either 26, 27.
Okay. Okay. And then you went through a divorce.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I went through, I'm going to have to go through this because it was when I had a spiritual awakening.
Perfect.
So my ex-husband was good in the fact that he was always encouraging with my business because he liked business too.
Mm-hmm.
So he did inspire me to like, you can do this, and
Very
I got
supportive.
he was supportive that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I started my business, and then we moved here. He didn't help me out financially very much. But yeah, when we got here, he did help me like fix up some of the space when we first got here.
Mhm.
So, and then there was a lot of other stuff I had to do after that, but it was still good. But I found out he was hard with money, and he was cheating on me with, I don't even know how many people. I don't really want to know. I found out about one, and then
That was enough.
that was enough.
That was enough.
I have suspicions about other people, but we won't go there. But that happened. I found that out March 27th, and I'm saying this date because it means something later.
Okay.
So March 27th, we separated, and it was just a bad time. I kicked him out. Kicked him out of my building. Because he didn't really help me out financially, so I had every right to kick him out. And so I went, I just got this building, and two of my massage therapists had followed me, but they both ended up leaving. One left on good terms, the other one left on really horrible terms and verbally abusive. And I swear he did it because he knew I was weak and that I was going through a divorce, personal things. So, so I was at a very, very low point in my life, and I remember sitting in my sauna room. I was staring at Live the Life You Imagine. I have that on the wall. But at the time, I was not hearing good things. I was hearing pretty much how do I end my life? Because I was in this big building by myself. Both my massage therapists had were leaving. I think one was leaving. One had left, and the one was in the process of leaving. And I was going through a divorce. And in my head at the time, or what I was hearing, was just end your life.
You have nothing.
You have nothing. Yeah. And I, to this day, this is when the spiritual awakening happened. All of a sudden, I heard this soft, quiet voice, which the other voices were loud and all consuming. But this voice was quiet, but very memorable, where I will never forget it, where I knew it wasn't me. Where the other voice, I was confused if I was thinking these thoughts. But this thought was, don't do it, he'll win. I had no idea what he'll win means. In fact, I thought, well, I don't want my ex-husband to win.
I was going to say that's immediately where I would have gone.
But I think later I pretty much, I think it was some kind of a, whatever you want to call it, if you want to call it a demon or a lower spirit or whatever. They was talking about that, whatever was talking to me, making me believe that that's what I need to do. And I went up from there. I got out and I talked to an energy healer over the phone, which she was actually planned that I was supposed to talk to her, but I had forgotten. I had a horrible day, and I pretty much told my friend Angie that was with me the whole time I was going through this, and she still works with me to this day, Angie. And I just told her I just gotta cancel my people. I can't see anybody today. And I was just in this little place. She didn't even know where I was. She finally found me. She's like, this lady's trying to get a hold of you. She's like, and then all of a sudden it just dawned on me. Oh yeah, I forgot I was supposed to talk to her because I'm really bad, and I could tell I was bad.
Yeah.
And she literally helped save my life. The voice snapped me out of it that I heard, and it made me realize I needed to get help. And then she talked to me and said, you gotta love God, you gotta love yourself, and you can love others. And then she told me how to picture myself as a child and go and hug her and all that stuff. So I realized that I had no problem saying I loved God. I had a problem saying I loved myself. And that was my realization that I don't love myself. And I didn't know that. I didn't even know at the time that I hated myself. So it made me think that's probably why I picked my ex-husband at the time. But so I went from this low point to I started trying to do some healing processes, and I talked to lots of people, but then I started hearing things, and whatever you want to call them, angels, your spirit guides, God, Jesus, whatever it is, I was hearing that.
Mm-hmm.
I was hearing pure love, and how I can describe it is like, it's like that gut feeling, like that heart feeling, where it's like this internal joy that you can't even describe. And they would tell me things, and then when I listened to them, I would get this like complete joy. And there's a part of me that wishes I could go back to that level, because I call it my touch of heaven, where I never got that close. Not like, I mean, I have since then, but it wasn't to that degree. It literally went from really, really low to really, really high, and there was no in between, and I was actually having trouble doing everyday things like laundry and eating, or like trying to figure out numbers, where I just and then I just was in the process of healing and finding out how to love myself, and realizing that they are there. And I think they just took me out of that space because I was in such pain that they wanted me to be out of that. And then that's when I started looking into angels and angel cards and angel readings, and because I heard them. And I know that they exist. I've heard them. I've also heard the other ones too. So I've heard both. Never got to see them. I know some people have that gift where they can see things, but I've never been able to see them. But
not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet. It's really important. I know you know this, but you didn't say it. You were in that deep, dark space. They lifted you because you allowed it. You allowed yourself to be lifted. They can't help unless you ask, and you asked.
Yeah.
And it's very important that you made the point. Those lower vibrationals, whatever you want to call it, they were loud and aggressive and repetitive over and over. The love whispered, and you heard.
Yes.
And you heard. And that's.
It was a whisper. It was more powerful than, and you could tell it wasn't you. Like with the other ones, like you got confused, like you thought you were thinking those thoughts. But now I realize, now I can tell, am I thinking those thoughts? Is it the lower ones, or is it other things?
Right. Other. I just heard influences. Other influences.
Yes. Other influences. That's a good one. Other influences.
Yeah.
So.
Outstanding. Wow.
So yeah,
that is a very important part of your story.
Yes. Yes, that is when I found out who I was. I didn't know myself. I didn't know myself at the time. But
so you said you wanted to know more about angels, angel cards. Did you go to readers? Did you go to energy practitioners? What helped you on your journey to build your connection with the angels?
I went to Tim and Kate. They were awesome. I saw them at a show at like the York Expo. They were my first experience and of like angel cards, and then I read Earth Angels book. I really connected with that book, and I definitely connected with the 4 agreements. We'll talk about later.
Yeah.
That came later, but at the time I was just, there's some cool things that they said that was very, very true. Like I remember thinking when at the time I was going through divorce, and then I realized I really want kids. Because I became scared. What if I'm never a mom? What if I can never meet someone to trust them again and then have kids? And that made me realize how much I wanted kids. I didn't realize how much I wanted kids until then.
Okay.
And when I did an angel reading, he said, "Do you have any kids?" And I said, "No." And then he said, "Well, I see a little girl and a little boy running around you." And all I gotta say, I have a daughter now, and I'm still hoping for another one. But at the time, I didn't even meet my husband at the time. I was going through divorce, and I was broken, you know, like, and it kind of made me feel like, I wonder why he saw that, you know? And then I still remember, and then I had brought them here one time and did angel readings, like, for everybody, and then, again, they said the words, like, March 4th, and they said that there was going to be a surprise, but the angels didn't want me to know there was going to be a surprise. Emma was born on March 4th. So
that's awesome.
Like, they wouldn't tell me I was going to have a child, but like, they told me it was supposed to be a surprise, but I kind of knew what that meant. And so it was cool. Like, they were spot on about a lot of stuff. And
that's awesome.
yeah, so I liked those two as a way with people. So.
Cool. So you say, do you read angel cards?
I do. I have.
Do you do readings for others?
Only friends. I'm not.
So
I'm not too serious.
You
about
play in it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you dabble.
Yeah. I just like me and my one friend's a really good angel reader.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he can see things and all kinds of cool stuff, and like we kind of like went in that journey together. Like how he was always into tarot cards.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, I grew up Christian, so I was like, no, tarot cards. Now it's just like, oh yeah, angel tarot. We like angel tarot cards because they're like sweeter, even though they kind of have the same type of, but they're more like a more positive tarot cards.
Okay.
And then I have the Love and Light cards, which actually has Bible verses. So,
nice.
but they're still angel cards and stuff. So, I have my spirituality is now, like, I grew up Christian, but my spirituality is more about love. I believe in Jesus and the love, and I do feel like a lot of Christians don't truly understand Jesus, in my opinion. The love that you're supposed to have and God and I know me and you have talked about this before, where we just believe in love. Whatever religion you're at is great if there's love. Yeah. If something in your religion does not follow love, that's not God.
Yeah.
I believe in the God of love. I believe, if some people don't like the word God, so some people like universal love, source, whatever you want to call it. I was raised that way, so I'm used to saying it.
Yes.
Saying God.
Yeah.
Or the.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think God is sex. People like to put sex in there. But I don't have sex.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you and I have had pretty good discussions about religion.
Yeah.
And there's no hate toward the religion. Just
No. And in a way, like, I believe in a lot of the love of Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't believe in all the other junk that's in
Yeah.
and there's junk in all religions, to be honest. There's junk in all religions, and then there's love in the religions. So.
Yeah, and I know when I embarked on this spiritual journey, one of the biggest lessons I was taught right from the jump was you take what resonates with you, what feels right to you, and you throw the rest away.
Yep.
Because we're all different, we're all unique, and there's different things that are going to touch us, and it's going to touch me, it's not going to touch you.
Yeah.
So it's really, in everything you do, it's about taking what feels right to you. And when you're coming from that space of love, you attract things that are of love. And that's what's important, especially moving forward right now. The only truth we can trust is the truth that we have within us. And basing how it feels to us, how it sits with us.
I think everyone's searching love, whether they realize it or not.
Absolutely.
Well,
That's one of the reasons Jen and I do this show.
Yeah.
Just because there's so many different ways to reach that space of self-love and unconditional love that we want to share with as many people as possible how they can do it.
And I'm here to say self-love is just as important. People think of themselves as like, oh, I'm this, in my religion, it's like, you're a horrible sinner, you're a horrible person, just thank goodness that Jesus saved you. You know? It's
Exactly.
like, but I don't think, like, no, you need to love yourself. You need to love your neighbor as yourself. Like, and God wants you to love yourself. Like, He has agape love for you. So, why wouldn't Thee want you to feel that way about yourself?
Yeah, I always say, my God is not a God-fearing love.
Yes.
It's not about God. It's not about fearing God.
Well, fear is
It's
the other
that
one.
unconditional love. You know, my God has unconditional love for all.
Any,
No matter how dirty your deed, there's unconditional love because there's no judgment.
and fear is all the other guys.
Fear
Anywhere
is a
there's
way to
fear.
control.
Yeah.
Fear is a way to control. So.
Well, and I think fear has its purpose. I mean, obviously, when you fear, like it makes you aware, like, is there a danger? Do I need to get out of here, type of thing. But other than that, like, you really shouldn't be fearing.
Which is an odd segue, but I'm going to talk about you becoming a black belt. Let's talk about
Okay.
that. What sparked your interest in the martial arts? Because, I mean, you're a business owner, you're very successful, wife, daughter, all those wonderful things, but you're also a kick-ass black belt.
Massage therapy.
Yeah?
Unfortunately, there's weirdos that want something more than just massage, and I was aware of that, and I wanted to be able to protect myself. And my dad taught me that. My dad was a big encourager of, like, you need to know how to shoot, and protect yourself, and he encouraged me to do martial arts. My mom was just like, oh, you might get hurt, but my dad was just like, no, you should do martial arts, and I just took it, and then I liked it. It was great exercise, and I felt like it was, like, massage was very
disciplined.
Yes,
Very
and
disciplined.
massage was very calming and relaxing, and then I had karate where I could release the other stuff, you know what I mean? So it was a perfect balance for me. I loved karate, and I still do it to this day, not as often, but I still do martial arts. I still help out when I can. So.
Now, is this something that you would like to start Emma doing?
Yes.
Your daughter?
Oh my gosh, she's too pretty. She needs to learn to protect herself.
She has these gorgeous eyes. Oh my gosh.
And oh my gosh, like, yeah, she needs to be able to protect herself one day. So I'm not gonna force her. I want her to want to do it, but there was a couple times she wanted to do it because she saw mommy do it.
I was gonna say, has she seen you do it?
And she came to one of the classes and did it one time. Yeah, so that was cool.
And she's how old now?
She's 3.
She's 3. Okay.
She's still a little young.
I was gonna
really,
say that's a little young.
like, I don't want to get her into it until she's 5, but I'm definitely, like, my husband's just like, don't push her into doing it just because you want her to do it. I'm like, I'm not. And I'm gonna be.
You're gonna expose her to it.
I'm gonna be very encouraging her to try to do it.
Right. Exactly.
Or do something to try to, like. I think it's important to be able to be a strong woman.
Feel empowered. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A strong woman and be able to protect yourself from unfortunately, we live in a world there's psychos and weirdos out there. So.
Yes, and you have, children, especially girls. We get concerned.
Yes.
We get concerned. I mean, you're a perfect role model for her. Because
She's such a daddy's girl, though. It's
that's
like
okay.
mommy's second best to daddy.
Yeah.
No, seriously. This morning she's like, I don't want to snuggle with you, Mom. I want to snuggle with Dad. And then Dad had to correct her. He's like, no, that was me. Why don't you tell Mommy that she can snuggle with you this morning?
You don't have to be mean about it. You can
Yeah.
speak the truth, but don't be mean.
So yeah, I'm in this phase in her life. I am very much second best to that.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. When she was a baby, I was actually mommy was her first word.
Excellent. Over dada. Woo.
Mm-hmm.
See,
But now she's
it'll go back and forth.
yeah. It probably will.
Absolutely.
It'll go back and forth.
Absolutely. Okay. How long did it take you to become a black belt?
Like I'm a third degree now, so I'm trying to remember how old I was when it was probably like at least 6 years, maybe 7. I've been doing it as long as I've been doing massage, so I started around the same time.
Okay.
I had a bad experience with a client, a woman more,
Mm-hmm.
and it just made me like realize I wanted to do martial arts, to do something to protect myself.
And it's excellent that you brought up the fact that it was a great release for you and
Yeah.
served as a balance. Outstanding. Outstanding. So we're into angel cards. You're running your business. Do the two ever overlap? I mean, and we're sitting in an angel room.
Yeah.
So, and you made it a point that you'd like to say healing center on relaxing, massage therapy.
we also do Reiki here.
Okay. Do you? Are you
I-
certified in any other?
I do. I was certified in Reiki 1 and 2. I never became a master.
Okay.
And I also did Reiki sound and Reiki voice with Lana.
Excellent.
That was an awesome class.
Lana's been on the show
Yes,
too. We
yes.
love her.
I gotta see that show.
Oh yeah, check it
Yeah,
out.
I'll
Oh,
check
we love
it
her
out.
so much.
Yeah.
She's just moving to a new space now, a bigger
Mhm.
space. I was thinking we might need to
Cool.
revisit her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I loved her class. It was a while ago. I can't say a couple of years ago now, but I loved those 2 classes.
Excellent. So do you infuse that in your work?
Sometimes.
Like, do you have an integrated massage? I know
I
some people
can.
call it that.
I kind of feel people out. I kind of
Okay.
feel like if they're open to things.
Mhm.
Like anybody that is a musician or somebody that connects with sound and music, I tend to do that. Or if they understand energy and Reiki, I'll add like tuning forks or I'll add singing bowls, or I'll add those are the 2 main things I do, like just the bowls and the tuning fork.
Excellent.
Yeah. And then once in a while I do like a hum sing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I learned her from the Reiki voice
Mhm.
thing I learned, so I do. I just don't do it as often as I probably should.
Don't shut yourself.
Or I try to feel people out, because I
That's
think
it right there.
yeah, I think one
Feel
time
it.
I freaked somebody out. That
Yeah.
was really good. It's
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, what Stacy and I, we worked together at Journeys, and we would barter, and I would just I'd look at her and I'd say, do whatever you're guided to do.
yeah.
And those were some of the most fun sessions
Cool.
her and I would share. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
really cool. So yeah, it'd be cool if you get some people in here where they're just like, do whatever you're guided and you get to
Yeah.
play.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, that I would love that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do have a few clients like that.
Yeah.
Where they're very open and I do stuff. And I do have one client actually request the tune forks. It's like, can I get the tune forks? Okay. I
I get to play.
So yeah, there's one client that I remember. Like I mix a lot of stuff. I mix oils. I do massage. I do tuning forks and a little bit of Reiki. So with her. So and she's definitely a client where I just kind of whatever I'm called. And then she's also open to the fact if I hear something from the angels, I'll just tell her. So one time I got into something too deep for her, and she didn't like that. So then I knew, now that I know that about her, I really try to listen, like, okay. And then I asked them, I was like, is this what she needs to hear right now?
Mm-hmm. Highest and greatest good.
Yeah.
That's Outstanding. So it's safe to say that your sessions have evolved since you started doing this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've learned a whole bunch of different techniques. I just got done learning lymph drainage. It was like 36 hours of lymph drainage plus, and then it was called lymph drainage advanced, where they would teach you like when you run into people with lymphedema, or you run into people that had surgery, or like what do you do? How do you move the fluid? And I do cupping, I do hot stones, I do. Well,
I was gonna say, is there anything you don't do?
No, there's definitely things. I mean, me personally, I don't do craniosacral, but other people do. So like, I try to attract other therapists here. Like we try to listen to people and then send them to the right people. And I always tell clients, I was like, if you don't like one person, try somebody else.
Right.
Maybe you just don't like, that's just not your person. And you find somebody else.
And how many therapists do you have here?
There's 7 of us, and I have one Reiki person. Her name's Carrie.
Nice.
And Reiki isn't as popular here. It would be nice if it got more popular.
Mm-hmm.
I hope people are less closed-minded here, but our main focus has always been massage.
Mm-hmm.
Just because that's what I'm good at. I've always it's been second nature to me.
Like a natural calling.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's really cool. I was thinking of my daughter, 17, and she's so freaked out about what to do for the rest of her life because, I was in middle school when I knew I wanted to be a teacher. And then I was like, not everybody knows. It's okay. But she has this internal pressure that she puts on herself. So it's really cool that you were able to identify what you wanted to do at such a young age. And the fact you still love it.
Yes.
You continue to grow and evolve and educate yourself and learn new things. And you're a business owner. You became a business owner. Did you just know what to do? How did you learn how to run your business?
I know clue. Trial and error.
Yeah.
And I'm a hard worker.
Yeah.
I'm a very hard worker. Like I said before, like being in learning support taught me that you have to work hard at everything. So I did. I worked hard at it. Something didn't work, I tried something else.
So what were your resources? Did you have any other friends that were business owners that you could at least ask? No? Did you take any business classes?
No.
Wow.
No. It was all
self-taught.
Well, I did join BNI, which is a business networking group,
Mm-hmm.
which that made me exposed to different business owners that I could talk to.
Okay.
And that but that was a little later in my career. In the very beginning, I had really no one to talk to.
You were just winging it.
Yeah. I was just
well, you've done a damn good job.
literally, it was a lot of trial and error. I tried this marketing thing. I tried this marketing, and then eventually you just figure it out. Listening to, I'm a people pleaser, so I always want to make people happy. So I don't know. Yes, I want to. But I try to take what people tell me and think, okay, how can I fix that?
Mm-hmm.
How can I make things better?
Mm-hmm.
How can I
That's why your business continues to grow and thrive. We were talking before we went live about your business now versus your business before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And the change and shift that it went through. You want to talk to people a little bit about that?
Yeah, when I was, one of the perks about being your own boss, being your own being a business owner, was the fact that no one can fire you. You can't fire me.
Job security.
I used to joke to people, yeah, my boss is so mean. I had to do
She never gives me any
30 clients this week, and I would just joke, and people look at me weird. But one of the perks about being your own business owner is can't get fired.
Mm-hmm.
When the government told me I had to shut down, I felt like I was fired. I felt very hurt, and then to find out that chiropractors were allowed to work the whole time, and not us, it was like a slap in the face.
know that.
Oh yeah, they
Really?
were allowed to work the whole time.
Wow.
A chiropractor and massage therapist. So in other words, they pretty much told us that you're not important enough, but chiropractors are.
Oh,
And it was, and then the crazy thing was chiropractors allowed their massage therapists to work, and we were still shut down. And I don't know if they were allowed to do it or not, but they did it. A lot of people did, and I'm sure a lot of people just stayed open anyway, or did it behind closed doors. But the whole thing was very hurtful. It was. I remember calling Stacy and just being upset about it. Like we were both upset that it's like, okay, yeah, the beer distributor over there is allowed to be open, we're not. And it was just a slap in the face, pretty much calling us that we don't matter.
Yeah. And a lot of businesses couldn't reopen. I mean, that's when Journeys shut down.
Yeah. It was.
Lacey and I had to figure things out.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't call you, but
No, that's.
I didn't know you
apologize.
as well at the time. Like I knew you, but I didn't know, like.
Yeah.
But I remember calling Stacy and talking to her about it. We were both upset. And
Yeah, and nothing made sense. You're right. I didn't have any idea about the chiropractors, but it didn't make sense.
it was very unfair. So we were shut down for 3 months. And I was scared. Like I was scared for my massage therapist because they were subcontractors. So it was all weird for them to get paid. And it was a very scary time when we got shut down. And then the fact that they lied to us and said, it's only going to be 2 weeks. And then it just kept extending.
And how were you able to keep your business? 3 months shut down, not bringing in any money?
Yeah, that was very scary. I heard about the PPP loan. I don't know if any other business owners did that, but that kept me alive for sure. But at the time, I was scared. I was like,
Nobody knew there was going to be a PPO loan.
no. Like, well, and I was just like, what should I do? Like, should I like apply for unemployment or should I like do it? Like there was like so many questions. I didn't know what to do. And then I remember even calling my bank and saying, like, well, I heard that this PPP loan, you don't have to pay it back. How's that work? And I was asking questions. You know what the lady over the phone told me? She's like, I don't know. I can't answer that for you. Do you want it or not?
Oh, wow.
I was like, I guess I want the money.
Oh, wow.
It was like you weren't sure about anything. The bank people weren't sure about anything. No one was sure about anything. So it was like I ended up getting some money to get me through. And I was worried about my massage therapist, but they ended up getting money to get them through. But it took long for them.
Yeah.
Everybody like didn't get their money right away, and everybody was scared, you know. And
so when you got the word you could reopen, did a lot of people respond? Did you have a big turnout?
Oh yeah, we were slammed then.
Yeah.
So, but I just remember during that 3 months, like every week I had to cancel all these clients, and just like being depressed, thinking like, wow, all this money is just going out the door. And then I had to be a stay-at-home mom, which I never was before with Emma. I love Emma to death, and I have a big respect for any stay-at-home moms out there. You guys are awesome. I can't do it. It was just
great.
It was not my gift. I got really depressed. I guess I shouldn't say really depressed, but I was depressed.
There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I realized, like, I don't like this stay-at-home mom thing.
That's okay. Yep, and that's a wonderful thing to admit, you know? It
Like,
isn't, you know, everybody isn't built for it.
I mean, and I love being a mom, and I love her. I just need a break from her. And I like, I think it's like, it's just my gift. Like, my gift went away. And then there was a lot of unknowns, like, when are we going to get paid? Like, so there was a lot more to it than that. But I do have to, I won't say it was horrible. Like, we did get closer together as a couple, and got to see Emma walk. So I was afraid I was going to miss that, being a working mom.
Right.
And a working mom is like, it's
It's
hard balance.
Yeah, it is.
So, but anyways, I got the PPP loan. It got me through, and we were slammed. The phone wasn't working right because there was too many calls coming in. So I ended up adding like, because now we're in 2020, or sorry, 2022. And I ended up adding like Ashley and Elise during that time. So I ended up having to add more people, and then I just added a new person, Sherry Tyson, and we just keep growing. So I think it's just because everybody's stressed out.
It is, and this is a great.
And it's a weird. I feel like it's a weird world we live in now. Where you have to ask people now if, can I hug you? I used to hug my clients, every single one of them. I used to just hug them. Now I have to be respectful and say, can I hug you? You know, I touch,
Exactly.
like everywhere. Like, do you feel comfortable with me getting close to hugging you? Because like everyone got scared of like germs and viruses now.
So, that's professionally how you were moving through it. What role did your angels play in getting you through that very difficult time as well? Did you remember to reach out to them, seek guidance?
Yes. I did like sound therapy cards.
Good.
Yeah.
Used your tools?
Yeah. I tried making sure that I would journal and do my own angel cards, and me and my friend would get together and do a lot of angel card stuff.
Excellent.
So yeah.
Because when you get into that space, it's hard to remember to use your tools.
And I got more into nature, trying to get outside more.
Excellent.
I would walk to the park with Emma a lot and try to jog to get out.
Good.
To get out of the house. I think just being in the house too much makes you depressed.
Absolutely.
When you're in the house too much, gotta get outside, get outdoors.
The introverts/extrovert Mr. People.
Yeah.
Good. So I'm very glad that things are going so well now. You reopened and everything just touched the sore. So.
Well, and I think it was a struggle of everybody felt differently about the pandemic too, and that was a struggle.
That is an interesting place to be because you have clients coming from all different walks of life.
And trying to figure out like wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Then there was like therapists that wanted all their clients to wear a mask, and then the client got all mad. I don't want to wear a mask.
Right.
It was like, and then oh my gosh, the mask argument was very stressful.
I bet it was.
Like, mask to no mask, to this to that, like shot, no shot, like it was like
all over the place.
yeah, it was all over the place.
All over the
Like
place.
I personally just chose not to get the shot, and then I had people that didn't want to see me just because of that. I felt kind of discriminated against just because I didn't want to get the shot. But
Right.
I don't think there's anything wrong. Like if you want to get the shot, I just don't think you should force people. And I hope that everybody, this might be controversial, but I hope everybody realizes that the shot doesn't stop you from getting it. You can still spread it, so why do you care if you're around someone who doesn't get the shot? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
It's an excellent question.
But
Excellent question.
just love everybody. Like, just love them where they're at in the journey. So.
Okay, so would you say your connection to God, universe, plays a big role in how you do business?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm always trying to figure out, is this the right decision?
And checking in.
Yeah, checking in.
Making sure it's in alignment. Perfect.
Yeah, or like ego likes to step in. You know, like everybody struggles with ego. So then there's ego step in. I'm like, is this ego or is it like get him out of here?
Having the awareness that you stop and ask, is
Yeah.
this ego or soul drivenness?
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect, because it is a balance. You listed off some of the things that you offer. What would you like to tell our viewers with the Healing Center? I mean, you have 7 different massage therapists here. I'm sure you offer an array of things. Would you like to tell everybody again what's offered here?
Oh yeah. Well, we customize the massage to the person. So pretty much like every massage therapist has like years under their belt, and everybody's learning different things. So we pretty much charge by the time, not by what we do necessarily. There's a couple extra things, like we charge a little extra for like a full body cupping, or like cupping and then full body hot stone. But we do complimentary hot stones with every massage.
Mm-hmm. They do. It's
yeah,
lovely.
Yes. And we have a dry infrared sauna. We have paraffin hand and foot dips. We do like back scrubs. So there's a little spa stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not, I wouldn't call my place a spa. It's definitely like therapeutic massage practice, a healing center, where, and to be honest, like, I can't speak for all my massage therapists, but a lot of them, we're very much like, sometimes we feel like a therapist where clients just kind of talk to you,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just let them vent or let them talk about whatever their day's like. In fact, a lot of us feel like therapists sometimes. or like, and I feel like that's another aspect of like just coming and relaxing and just being in a safe space. We abide by HIPAA, so we don't talk about anything that the clients talk about to us. So we make sure it's private, and so there's like, in other words, are you here for pain? Can we help you with some kind of pain that you're going through, or are you here just to relax?
Mm-hmm.
Is really what we kind of come down to, like, and we do both, where we like working out those problem areas,
Mm-hmm.
or we like helping you just relax.
Now, I know you and the few therapists that Jen and I have worked with have an understanding that, you know, the physical body is an expression of the emotional body.
Yes, very much
Which-
connected.
Yeah, makes it, that's what makes your massages so unique here. You know, when you say it's full body service, it's full body, mind,
And yeah, mind
and
and
spirit
yeah.
service. It really is, because you have that understanding that it's not just, you know, a knot in the muscle. You understand that there's an emotion attached to that.
Yes.
And it's tough I've been sitting here trying to find the words to describe it, but you know that when, I haven't had a massage from you, but the people that I have, you can feel that they understand.
Yeah, it was
There's
just
an
like
emotional I do. An emotional attachment
Yeah.
to what you're working out,
Yeah.
which, I don't know, it makes it hit deeper. So, not only do you walk out physically feeling light, but I know emotionally and spiritually I feel much better after getting a massage here as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, I like to add a little bit of like love and energy after my session, and then I separate the energy because I understand energy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think a lot of my therapists do.
Yeah, I couldn't speak for all of them, but I know that.
I don't know if whether massage therapists know it or not. Like they're working with energy anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So
Having an understanding of it
and
really
we
makes things, elevates things.
huge thing is we put lots of love into it.
Oh yeah,
Try to put lots of love into it. Yeah.
excellent. So if somebody wanted to find out more, you say your website is a work in progress, right?
Yes.
Because you just went through a whole new rebranding.
Yeah, so I just went through a rebrand, so I'm still working on the website. Hopefully it'll get done soon.
But there is information up, right?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they
There's
can check out?
my old website is still up. It's www.relaxingnote.com. And that's still going to be the same one. I'm not changing that. It's just not what I want it to be yet. So
It's evolving.
yes, it's evolving.
It's evolving. If they wanted to schedule an appointment, is there a number you can give them?
We don't like to schedule on Facebook. We don't like to schedule on an email. We like to talk to you. 717-244-1464, Monday through Saturday. My office people here are around 9 to 5, usually every day. And sometimes we close a little early, but and then sometimes we're here a lot later. But normally it's like Monday through Saturday from 9 to 5, and we're closed on all holidays and different things like that. So.
Excellent. Jen, did you get that number?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of things, and at the end of every show, I ask our guests, people are struggling out there, they're looking for hope. Do you have any pearls of wisdom that you would like to offer our viewers to help guide them in a certain direction, or just give them a ray of hope?
Never give up. Just keep going, keep chugging along, keep trying things, and one day at a time. It actually says that on my office door. If you looked at my door. It got me through a lot when I would tell myself, okay, instead of thinking of all this stuff I gotta do, what can I do today? One day at a time. What's today? What can I do today? And stay in the present moment, because a lot of times we're either thinking about the past or thinking about the future, and we forget about the present, which is the most important. You're here. You can't be in the past. You can't be in the future. So
Right now is what you have.
like you told me, just be present. So
Yeah, and when you're working from that space of love, I'm finding it's a little easier to just be.
yeah,
You don't feel like you have to do so much.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are starting to figure that out now.
yeah. It's hard because I always feel like I have to be doing something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a work in progress.
Absolutely. We are all a work in progress.
Amen.
All right, Jen, do we have any comments? Questions?
Nope, no comments, no questions.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us and having us in your beautiful space.
Thank you.
Jen and I look forward to coming for more massages.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody who joined us, and don't forget you're awesome.